And welcome back to the Annadelna podcast. Today we are interviewing SuccuLance, or Lance for short. Look at that smile, definitely not dangerous. Creature, how are you doing today?
Episode 20.
I already said that. I'm sorry, I took that from you.
So a bit of gatekeeping, bit of housekeeping before we get into the wonderful interview that we're gonna have. We're thinking of moving the interview to once a week rather than once every 2 weeks because apparently we've made people feel bad by not interviewing them yet. So, that's a really good thing. And we want more people to feel bad and more people to want to be on the podcast because we're the best to ever do it. Anyway, Lance, hello. Introduce yourself. Hi.
Hi, I'm Lance, or some people call me Succu or SuccuLance, or Suck. I'm a cactus VTuber. I'm the only cactus creature that you'll find online, pretty much. I've guaranteed it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer to be
Yes.
called a cactus VTuber or a succulence VTuber?
It doesn't matter to me. They're pretty much the same thing. Every cactus is a succulents, and most succulents are cactuses, but,
Or cacti.
it's like how every shark is a fish, but not every fish is a shark.
Fair. And what are your preferred pronouns?
Correct. No, sorry, I mean he/him. Is that
Right.
how it goes?
Write that down. Alright. What age rating do you shoot for with your streams?
I tend to go for a more PG stream kind of vibe, but if I'm in anyone else's stream and I'm not myself streaming, I will cut loose.
Hey, that's fair. Was there a reasoning behind that?
It kind of just happened, and I don't really feel the need to spew profanities too much.
Fair. You just kind of find it fun.
Yeah,
Alright.
it just kind of happens. I did ask Lance in DMs the other day. I don't know if it was in the group DM or just with him, but I said that we are prone to swearing and if he wants us to tone it down. But he said that we are absolutely fine to cut loose. So we appreciate that.
Something algorithm, something demonetization, something, I don't know, it's just easier for me not to swear.
Fair.
Something dark side. How old are you?
I don't really want to give a specific age, so I'll give a range. I'm at least Game Boy Color old.
That's fair. And how old are you, plant-wise?
Plant-wise?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At least Game Boy Color old.
Fair enough.
Game Boy Color was peak. I remember having one. I played Dragon Quest, Bulby Terra, whatever that was called. And Pokemon, of course.
There was Pokemon on the Game Boy?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Red, blue, yellow. Although yellow was Game Boy Color.
I owned I owned a copy of Pokemon Blue, and it was fun.
I had red. My brother had blue.
We'll probably get into Pokemon a little bit later, because I think you guys did something with Pokemon? I don't really know. I guess I'll ask later. When did you start streaming?
In September or October, it should be 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, 2-year anniversary coming up.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Belated, but we'll definitely say congratulations again when it comes up. Why did you start streaming?
Let's see. So I needed something to kind of pull my brain away from just being alone. And I saw someone who was streaming a game that I really enjoyed, and I thought, hey, I might as well give this a try, quote unquote, again, because this is not my first foray into streaming. I recently lost my beloved pet cat, and I just didn't really want to just be left alone, so I needed a good distraction, and this was probably the best thing to do.
Was this during the COVID fog?
It was slightly after. I mean, 2 years ago was 2023, right? So
Yeah.
COVID really didn't end until 2022, 21. There were still lingering effects, but this was a little after the COVID fog.
Okay. COVID era is one of the greatest contributors to the VTubing community, which is a horrible thing to say, but it's at least a little bit morbidly funny.
It's true as well.
Where is it? There it is. Why the name SuccuLance?
It's a pun. I like puns. If you didn't really like, well, I don't really get to do them a lot, but I do enjoy dad jokes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was a cat dad at one point in time, so that was my child. And it's just funny. I like the funny thing. When I have the opportunity to do the funny thing, I like to do the funny thing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And you said that you saw a streamer, and that influenced you to restart streaming. Were they an inspiration, and were there any other inspirations for the content that you make?
Not necessarily. I just so back in I think 2018, 2019, I tried getting into streaming at that point using totally different things. I was a different character entirely. A little breaking the fourth wall there, or whatever walls. It was something else, and I just I had ideas of streaming beforehand. I just didn't know how to do it, and now I'm just kind of doing it.
The best way to learn is by doing, and the best way by doing is to just start. Absolutely. How did you meet Anna?
That's a good question. I think I met her through Sky Accents. He's just kind of everywhere.
All at once?
Yeah, he's kind of everywhere all at once. So being in Kaiju's friends group and having access to Sky, Varden, and all those other guys, they kind of send people to different places, and I don't exactly remember how I met you. I think I've seen one or two of your Isaac streams before I actually interacted with you.
Mm-hmm. I did do a lot of Isaac before.
And speaking of Anna, you guys did a pretty big project over a month or two, right?
Yeah, well, actually, several months.
And it was?
We were ranking all 1,025 Pokemon based on how best they were as pets.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get an idea of those ranking criteria?
Okay, well, there was at the very top would commit AZ for, which is any Pokemon we would commit war crimes for, and then it's treats on command, where these Pokemon will get treats whenever they wanted. Then I believe it was outdoor pet, which were pets we couldn't really keep in. No, sorry, it was taught manners, where it was Pokemon we would have to teach manners to stay inside the house. We love them and all that stuff, but you're not getting on the sofa, or you're not allowed on the table, or you need to understand how to use doors. And then it was outside pet, where it was mostly a lot of fish and rocks and birds that needed to stay outside. Following that was put them to work. Pokemon who want to go to work or should be working rather than staying at home and cuddling us all day, or would come home and cuddle with us for the rest of the day. Then it was put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Self-explanatory. And then the Slugma Swirly, which didn't really have a whole ton of Pokemon, but these are Pokemons that needed to have their faces swirlied in a Slugma.
That's fair. And I believe there was also one more category that, might have been influenced by a certain incredibly intelligent slime somewhere. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't think it was on mine.
Category?
Oh, yeah. That category was strictly for Anna's list only. I didn't put it on mine.
Fair enough.
Be not afraid.
Be not afraid. So, what were your top tiers?
Eevees,
Mm-hmm.
Eevee, Jolteon, some of the really, really cute Pokemon. Some of the Pokemon that just we really, really liked. Jirachi was in Anna's would commit AZ for, but it wasn't in mine because I feel like it would be pretty fine doing its own thing.
Ben, what were some of your high tiers?
There was the Evolutions, of course. I put Sandshrew in there. Shaman. Did I put Lapras in there?
I think you did.
I mean, I can pull it up.
It's been a hot minute since I took a look at that list. I
It
never
has.
even
There's mine.
rearranged it.
Jolteon is up at the top, of course. The Gardevoir line, Cyndaquil, Jirachi, Sprigatito, Ogrepon. I love Zigzagoon. He's just a
Yes,
little
Goon
guy.
Squad.
Goon Squad. Wooper, Sveal, Lapras, Torchic.
Everyone loves Spiel.
Hoppip. I love Hoppip. It's so cute. It's just a little guy.
You go
Alright.
floaty around.
Maractus, the cactus Pokemon.
Maractus. Very good, very good.
I'm
We
surprised.
like our silly cacti.
I'm surprised Maractus wasn't in your would commit AZ4. It's your brethren.
Well, it actually has like a really good following. I don't need to commit the AZ for it because a lot of people, like a lot of really niche people, do love Maractus. It's very cute.
Deservedly so.
It's deservedly so. It's like how I wouldn't commit AZ for Jirachi because it's got its own safety mechanisms. People would actually go crazy if you would hurt a little baby Jirachi. I don't need to commit AZ for it specifically. Sandshrews, I probably do though, because as cute as they are, they're not like super favorited. And unfortunately, they are kind of like really bad Pokemon.
As with any time you make a tier list, no matter how good all of them are, there will always be bottom tiers. I need to hear about the worst Pokemon now.
I hate Wormadams so much. And Stunfisk. Stunfisk are the bane of my existence. Why would you evolutionarily change your body to be like a bear trap? Why?
Yeah.
What did Wormadam
It works.
do?
Exists.
Wormadam. So Wormadam is whenever I go play Pokemon Pokerogue, I always encounter steel grass Wormadams, and I never have any way to deal with it, and it makes me so mad.
They only have one weakness, and it is their 4 times weakness to fire.
I don't run a lot of fire types, so it's so incredibly difficult for me to do anything against those things.
Yeah. It's very bizarre.
It's like I'm a cactus or something, and I don't really like fire.
Fair.
I've kind of like got into a habit where I'm starting to like pick up at least one fire type here or there, either a dragon type that knows flamethrower, or like a Fennekin or something.
Yeah.
Alright. So we know why you started streaming. It was a fun thing to do and you got that covered. Why do you continue to stream? What about it keeps pulling you back?
I don't know.
Very fair.
That's a good answer.
I really don't know. It's just kind of like become a habit. Honestly, with the amount of work I do in my not spare time, you'd think that I wouldn't do this. But this is kind of one of the few ways I do have to actually play video games. I kind of like got into this rut where before I was streaming, I didn't really play video games or anything. I just like sat around all day in my bed reading really bad isekai mangas, regression webtoons, and all these really bad like pieces of media because I had nothing better to do. But I realized like, yeah,
sorry.
but like I kind of missed playing video games and experiencing stories. If you didn't know, well, there's 2 little like things I've done beforehand. I am a culinary master, not a master, but a culinary thing. I cook. I'm a chef. But I've also like done college for film. I really like stories, and just like depriving myself of experiencing stories kind of like was building up, and this helps me play games and experience stories again, at least with more people too, because what's better than like, you know, sharing a story with someone, sharing experiences.
Fair. The joy of playing video games and the joy of getting to experience it with other people is a good reason to be streaming.
A video game?
What do you feel is the future of your content? Where do you think you're going?
I don't really know. That hand cam stream was kind of like just a one-off. I don't know if I'll ever do it again. One for It costs a lot of money to my flesh was like seen in there quite a bit, and I'm not gonna edit it out because I'm lazy.
Cactus flesh.
Cactus flesh. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do more Pokemon stuff when it comes out. If Nintendo keeps going the way it does, I might have to just like scrap Pokemon content entirely within the next 2 years if I last that long. Go to something else. Who knows?
Yeah. A quick side thing, I found out that Pokemon Legend ZA is going to have both a Switch and a Switch 2 version. So, that's good at least. But I'm sure the next Pokemon game will be Switch 2 only, and hopefully we'll have a price drop by then.
Probably not. I'm still thinking the next mainline Pokemon game will be Switch and Switch 2, and then the one after that might be Switch 2 exclusive.
Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
And then you also got to think about the fact that why wait for a price drop on the original version when you can just wait for the OLED version, you know, the actually playable version of a Switch?
So, I don't want to get like too political with these things, but Nintendo has started to make itself known as a company, much like Disney, where you should be paying for their premium and they don't price drop ever. If you've looked at a lot of Nintendo games, they never price drop. They're always the same. The only one that I see ever go down in price is Mario and Raving Rabbids. That is literally the only Nintendo Switch game from first party Nintendo that I have ever seen at a discount.
Yeah.
And even then, it was like a Ubisoft developed game, not a Nintendo developed game.
Two things. Number one, I don't think being political is that. No, we avoid politics in general because we don't really want to give the community anything to feed on in that sense. And number two, I really enjoy the sentence, I don't want to get too political, but when Nintendo was expensive, both of those are great things.
Yeah,
I don't really keep up with politics because it scares me. But I understand that politics are a big, important thing in the world. So I will lightly discuss them, but if it gets to be too much, then I'll put a stop to it in my chat at least.
I try to veer away from it because it can get a little heated, which is why if I'm going to discuss anything, I'm going to discuss it with like as hard, cold facts as I possibly can, so you can't argue it. The numbers are there, the data's there. I will discuss data. I won't discuss opinions on at least politics and policies.
Yeah.
Fair. All right. And now we come to, I guess, my favorite part of every interview, when I get to talk for like 3 minutes straight. No one's allowed to interrupt me. The community-minded question. I ask this every time, and I think it's the most important question, and that's why I give it such a big preamble. The idea of like, what is your community to you? Why do you have a community, and what do you plan to do with it? I ask this question because I think it's a good thing for streamers to think about, and so that they can have a good framework to work off of. And so now I will go through how I asked this question to other people and how they answered it, so you can have an idea of like, quote unquote, what the answer we're looking for is. So when I asked the question of, are you community minded to Sacreds? They gave the answer of their whole reason for making content is their community. They want their like content and their Discord to be the safest place possible for people to treat as a like a safe haven and have fun with it. Tony views their community in the same way that they view like a Twitch chat on someone else's channel. They want to be able to enjoy the content they make themselves, so they're going to do their best to not make their content revolve around their community. So they would stream in the same way that they would if they had 1,000 viewers versus 0 viewers. Of course, there's going to be chat interaction because Tony is good at this. It's just they want to keep that up so that it will be the same if it's 0 or 1,000. Sky likes to view their community as background dancers. Sky loves incorporating their community into their content. So that's why, a concert is never as good as when you have the lead performer, which is Sky, and then the background dancers of the community all working in harmony in order to make the best thing possible. Sky wants it to be 1 + 1 is 3, and that's what they pull off really well. Glitched Phantom, due to some things that happened early on in their streaming career, decided to try to make as hard a line as possible between content creator and the content that people are consuming. She really wants it to be like, hey, I create content and then I use that content to interact with you. I would really prefer if you interact with the content and then through that me, rather than trying to directly like contact or connect with me. They like having that line, and they like the fact that their community respects that line and doesn't cross it. T Bonnie has not rebranded and started streaming yet, so they don't really have a good idea of what they want their community to do, or like what they think their community quote unquote should do, but they're just kind of gonna wing it, and then once they have a quote unquote better answer, we'll get it from them again. Then we have Varden. Varden likewise doesn't really they love their community, obviously. It's just the fact of they just kind of like their community, and they haven't really had any reason to think more deeply about their community. They just enjoy them being there. They make the content, and the people interact with the content, and everything's worked out so far, so they haven't thought about it too much. Annadelna, the best dump here on the internet, likes to view their community in a similar way to Glitched Phantom, where they have a good like line between the content creator, the content, and the people enjoying it, but she will also do her best to interact with the community and try to get them into games if possible. Like, there's going to be a small self-plug tournament between Annadelna's community and Tony's community, and that's neat. And then last and certainly not least, we have Little Droplet. Little Droplet's view on community is a little similar to Glitched Phantoms of she likes to have that line, but she also does like to have her droppies? What is
Puddles.
It? Puddles. The puddles interact with it as well. So it's a combination between Sky and Glitched. They are background dancers, but she does enjoy the fact that they will step back if she ever feels that they're getting too close to her personally. And now I bring the question to you. Now that you've heard me ramble for like 5 minutes, how do you feel about community growth in your community?
I'm not entirely too certain. I feel like my community is probably one of the smaller ones, because I am honestly the newest member to all these people, or newest addition of like this collection of VTubers. So I haven't really had too much of a chance to like grow my community. I do have like one person who contacts me semi-regularly outside of like the Discord through DMs. Not really anyone. Also, like, being a creature, I'm not a thirst trap. I'm not John Sexy Man. I'm a cute cactus, which I think also merits its own little things, where people won't like look at me in a weird kind of I want that kind of light, so I can avoid a lot of these things based on just what I am already. So that kind of issue with my community is almost non-existent, if non-existent already. I don't like mind having my community engage more with me, or just like getting personal. I'll be the first one to say, if you ever see me at a con, I will shake your hand. I will sign anything you ask. Like, I'm totally cool with that. That's if you find me, which I think is more fun, because you like your egg hunts here and there.
Would you sign the Jumbo Cactuar Magic the Gathering card for me?
I pulled the Jumbo Cactuar, that's right. Sure, but you have to pay for shipping and handling.
Well, I mean, if I meet you at a con.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. I haven't been to a con in a while, but I think it'd be fun if we could find a way for all of us to meet at one.
The only con that I'm like usually ever gonna go to is Anime North, that being the biggest anime convention in Canada.
Have you ever been to SuccuLance?
Only con I've ever been to is Anime North.
Oh, okay.
So just to be clear,
I'm sorry. I
if
derailed a
I
bit.
see you out in Quahog,
Oh my
I should
God.
say hi.
Shut your noise hole.
I'm not going over there.
SakuraCon is the biggest anime convention in America, and it happens in Seattle, which is near where I grew up. So I think that would be
far.
a fun one if we could all manage to get there, but that's a long ways away, if ever possible.
Garugamesh.
Garugamesh. That's right, that's right.
So just so that I can have an idea of how you feel about it, so I can add it to my 20-minute spiel every time. You have a similar view to Varden of you haven't really had to think much about like what you quote unquote want your community to be molded after. You enjoy the interactions you have with them, and you haven't had really any real reason to back off from it, and you're just kind of enjoying how it is now.
Yeah, I do wish that I had a lot more community engagement though. It's still a small community. We don't really like, other than the good mornings, hellos in general. I want to see people doing things. I want you guys to like go crazy in general for no good reason. Not spamming it, but like, oh, there's a conversation going. There's people sitting around. They're chatting. They're having fun. I haven't had a chance to do community nights with anyone yet. I really want to do community nights. I want to grab like, I don't know, 10 of you guys, and we can all play Age of Empires 2, and I can see someone's really crazy Mongol build or something.
I don't think I've ever played that before.
So you want, not a personal connection, obviously, but you want like to interact with your community.
I want to interact more with my community. I want my community to interact nicely with each other as well. As far as I can tell, it is a nice, safe space. I would like to keep it that way. But I would just like it to be not just a nice, safe space, but a fun, nice, safe space.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right. Do you have a name for your chat?
We haven't decided on one yet. I've been like getting a couple names thrown here and there, and I think it's funny. I do want to call you guys sucklings, but my name itself, when I pop up into someone else's YouTube chat without any context, they think my name's a D's nuts joke. So I can't just be like sending sucklings over to someone else's chat.
Fair.
I mean, if you are a cactus, the thorns.
That was discussed. Thorns, pikes, lancettes, those were all discussed. I'll wait until like the community is a little bit bigger, and we'll throw down a poll for that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Because all in all, like the community is what the community wants to call itself. I can make a name for you guys, but your identity is like your own.
All right. What is your
even though I might be the
continue.
head, even though I like might be like the figure face of the community.
Yeah, absolutely. What is your favorite memory from streaming?
From streaming, I can't like think of anything specifically. It's not my favorite memory, but it's the one that like I can remember the clearest and most vividly, and that was playing Pokemon Infinite Fusion and finding a Mr. Cruel. That was... I literally choked on my own words, spit, saliva, everything, gagging, gasping for air at how disgusting it made me feel.
Editor, pull that picture up.
Jesus.
The Mr. Cruel? Oh no, don't do that. It's disgusting. Ew, I've never seen a more disgusting Pokemon combination in my life.
The question that used to be here was, what do you like about streaming? But that often got like combined with the question I asked before of why do you continue to stream? So I decided to change it to what's your favorite memory from streaming? And that seems to be going well. All right.
Yeah.
This one you don't have to answer, obviously. Do you have a least favorite memory of streaming?
I don't know. Like when I started out earlier, like there were a lot of bots and things that came in. Like I do remember this one person. They came into my chat. They started like making a ruckus and like bad mouthing me and my like the people there. And I didn't have moderators at the time, but like before I had a chance to even remove them, I was thinking, and I even said this out loud, if you don't like the content and you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here.
People on the internet are a strange breed. I don't know if you listened to the Droppy interview, but we get a few stories about one person ruining someone for like a week. of interacting with people. All right. Why do you have / use the art you do? Like for your channel, your thumbnails, what draws you to the art that you use for that?
So it's not really a thing that draws me, it's more of a necessity. I'm not super connected, I don't have a lot of connections, I don't know a lot of people who do art and all that stuff, but I do have one person. I have this friend called Green Gale, and I met them in college. We were part of the college Overwatch team for a bit. And like my friendship with her is pretty good. Everything she draws, everything I have is drawn by her. My backgrounds, my model, my openings, my closings, all the animations, everything. It's all her. So yeah, like she is a really good artist. I support her greatly. And she's the only artist I trust, honestly.
We love Greenie.
You should play with us sometime, Anna. Greenie and I have like grinded up to gold in Marvel Rivals. We can get into platinum anytime we want, but we just decided not to.
Oh god. I'll be honest, I kind of fell out of love with Marvel Rivals, because it was just miserable trying to play by myself, and I just never seemed to have time to play with others. But I'll probably re-download it, because that would be fun.
That's fair. Yeah, the game itself is miserable to play by yourself unless you play like one of two roles. If you play support perpetually and you like it, then you can just blame everyone else.
Yeah.
If you play tank and you like it, like I do, honestly, I can blame everyone else, but I can also like carry myself through the game. I don't really need DPSs. I need supports. I need them to heal me, but I don't really need DPSs to do the work that I do. I can like destroy things on my own. I just need the DPSs to make sure their enemy teams don't get heals.
Mm-hmm.
All right, too much fun happening. Back to the interview. So the question that I have here used to be, what would you change about your art? But this is always a question that kind of gets glossed over with nothing, I like it. So I'm changing it right here, right now. We're always updating on the Annadelna podcast.
Also, Lance used to have a different model that he would use, which was, I believe, a PNG tuber model. Mm-hmm. And he just had his debut, what was it, a few days ago, of this one that he's currently using. Yeah, Wednesday.
The 11th.
The 11th, yeah. So
that's why I changed the question to, what have you changed about your art over time?
So, before I had, if you look at the sides of my head, they're flowers. Before, they were buds. They were big, thick, bouncing buds. And now they've bloomed. And now I look more like a frilled neck lizard than anything else. We got some vines now where there was originally just leaves. My tail's been the same. I'm actually less spiky than I've ever been. Like, you can count all my spikes. There's like 2 on both hands and 2 on my tails. And that's a grand total of 6 spikes. Before I was like more quilly. And my neck collar, well, we kind of decided it was a weird little thing, so it kind of just grew and fused together, and now I've got a full collar. And if you look at me dead on, like you would look at a flower as it's bloomed, my face would be the inside, and then the flower petals would be the neck frills and my little flower dealy boppers around.
Do you mind if we show your old art to like see a comparison?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Then I've also got my antennae that glow and jiggle.
Yeah.
It's good art.
Huh?
It's good art.
It is.
It is. Where can I find it on your Discord?
Probably not, because I kind of keep all my PNGs to myself, because, you know, they were my entire identity.
Mm-hmm.
So I will just grab you one of my PNGs, my official PNGs, do not share.
Oh,
and
don't show it to people, or?
You can show it to people, just don't share it around to people.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course. I wanted to ask, Did you injure your left eye, your left, which would be right for us seeing it?
No, it's just kind of like that. It's
Okay.
like hexachromia, but you know, because I'm not really terrestrial, things are different.
Okay. I was just curious if there was a lore thing for that. There we
Yeah,
go.
it's just like that.
Look at that little SuccuLance. Here, I'll just do this. That over. And there we go. So yeah. I do definitely see it now, how you had the little dealy boppers on the sides of your head, and that became the frills.
Hmm?
And you got the neck thing. I guess, yeah, you would smooth out a bit over time as a cactus. I don't really know the lore of cacti. Yeah. Cute little goober. And we got a thick, chunky boy, who's also cute.
I don't know how to ask this, but would you consider this an evolution, like in Pokemon, or would you consider this kind of a side grade, where like both are good?
No, it's more of just like, it's not a hard evolution because you can see exactly where things have changed. Just like how when a flower buds, you know where the flower came from, you know where the buds come from, you know where the fruit comes from. It's like growing up. It's like losing my baby teeth. It's like having my hair grow longer.
Hey, fair.
You did become a brighter green as well.
I'm ripening.
So, you said that generally you like streaming because it's one of the only times that you like to play games. Are there any games that you would prefer to play offline, or are you just, I play everything online?
Let's see. Well, I play Marvel Rivals offline mostly, or with, well, no, just not on stream because I can get toxic. Not super toxic, but I have been known to let loose a couple profanities here and there. I did do like one Marvel Rivals stream. It's just a game where it's fun for me, but if I get too worked up and competitive, it might be like bad for the community. I don't think people want to see me play RuneScape too much. I don't have too much to yap about while trying to get my few skills left over up to 99. And it's not like I go into the wilderness where people are constantly PvPing and you can see all the funny interactions where it's like, oh, you're gonna get got. Better run.
I hate gankers.
Yeah, gankers are bad.
Alright, so you are, I think out of the people we've interviewed, like only the second person to say yes, there are games that you don't really enjoy streaming.
Yeah.
Alright.
To be fair, Marvel Rivals and other, what do you call it? MOBA?
Shooters. It's a shooter. It's not a MOBA. I will not, for the foreseeable future, play League of Legends on stream, like ever. No. I kind of like stopped playing. Oh, understand this. I've played League of Legends for over 15 years. I played during pre-season 1.
I'm sorry to
or
hear
season
that.
1. And since then, I only like recently quit because it just got so bad, and I didn't. Well, actually, it didn't get that bad. I just fell out of love with it, which is fair and fine. Now, if I ever play League, it's only ever an ARAM where I don't have to try that hard.
Fair. I was never that big into League. I played it a bit with one of my exes, but I was forced to play Lux every time.
Lame.
So, I don't know what you would call Marvel Rivals and Overwatch. I don't know what the term for that is.
Hero-based shooter.
Hero-based shooter.
Yeah, it's a hero shooter.
Hero shooter.
Those bring out the worst in people.
I don't know. I think Team Fortress 2 is pretty okay for the most part. I've never played it. I hear the community is pretty like chill though.
Yeah, Team Fortress 2 is very chill. It's more comedic than anything.
There are certain kinds of games that want you to take them seriously, and some people take that too far. And Team Fortress 2 has a nice balance of like, it doesn't take itself seriously, so other people won't take it seriously.
Yeah.
But there are definitely still people who take that very seriously. Alright. Once again, having too much fun. Back to the interview.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about streamer bait games? Now, this question has gone through a lot of iterations. What I mean by this question isn't like, how do you feel about Among Us? It's how do you feel about the games that come out after Among Us became hyper popular? So like Among Us comes out, it kills on Twitch and YouTube, and then suddenly you have a bunch of quote unquote copies of Among Us. So there's the one in the space where if you do too many actions, you'll kill yourself over overexertion, and then there's a bunch of other games like that. Then you have Lethal Company, and then from Lethal Company spawns like Content Watch and Repo and that kind of thing. How do you feel about the games that come after the like main popular game comes out?
So I have a hot take on this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because I played a game even older than that.
Mm-hmm.
Where is my Space Station 13 VTuber streaming groups?
Oh my god.
I love Space Station 13, honestly. If Among Us was anything like that or better, I would be playing these bait games more because I think having people interacting with each other, doing stupid things is a great thing. Streamer bait games, it's not a bad thing, but the game itself needs to actually be good for us to have a lot of really fun interactions and things to go on with. Oh, Among Us. Oh, so-and-so is being so-and-so has plus 10 in charisma, therefore they can tell anyone everything and then they'll just believe them and then you just lose. Or so-and-so has negative 20 in charisma and just like, space me, do it, I dare you. And then reverse psychology works. That's not enough for me. I need to be able to set up traps. I need to be able to wait in maintenance with a mop bucket so people will slip and then fall into space.
Space Station
I-
13 is...
Wait,
Yes.
Space Station 13 or 14?
14?
13. Space Station 13. Space Station 13 came out in like, I don't know, 2000 and something. And it's, how do I explain it? It's
Oh, I see.
what Among Us would, like, should be. Among Us is, what was that game called again? The wolf and the townspeople versus wolves or whatever, werewolves?
Oh, Town of Salem.
Yeah, it's Town of Salem. So it's Town of Salem with a few extra steps. Space Station 13 is an entire atmospheric simulator where everyone works in a space station with a job, and then you sometimes randomly have antagonists. Antagonists can range from anything between nuclear operatives who are sent to destroy the space station, sleeper agents who need to do several objectives, either removing people from existence or stealing key items and then extracting safely, or space wizards, as well as changelings, like I'm talking The Thing changelings, or even like other really crazy events that are happening. Oh, a meteor shower? Your space station's going through a meteor shower? Guess it's gonna get damaged. Guess engineering has to go fix things. Is that a clown I see? They better not get in my way, or I'm going to take their face and shove it in the deep fryer. Is that a clown I see? Wait, is that a clown I see coming out of maintenance with an energy crossbow and a lightsaber? Oh, it's over. It's over.
That is
Or
nutty.
there's so many fun interactions you can have with this game, but learning the system is so difficult. I only wish
Yeah.
I had a chance to teach everyone how to play, and then we'd have the craziest interactions. Okay. I have gotten so good at combat in the game. I can go fight Megafauna on Lavaland, which you have zero context for. Think about dragons. I can go fight a dragon on an ashen barren wasteland with nothing but a pointy stick. I've gotten that good at the game. I can walk up to people, grab them, drag them over banana peels so they slip, and throw them out airlocks like it's no one's business. I am a master of Taekwondo, and there is nothing anyone can do to stop me. That is how much I have like poured my heart and soul into this game, to the point where I've made up silly, stupid names and been recognized for my ability to be a murderous clown.
There's a lot in Space Station 13. My main entry point into Space Station 13 was Rust Money. From the whole like cryotic group that fell apart. But Rust Money is the main reason I know about Space Station 13. And the other main thing I know about it is the fact that you can do all of this crazy stuff and you can do all of this. Or you can just, work maintenance and just get calls to fix stations that break down. or be the person who gives ammo to other people and randomly have a clown come up to you and go, I need 100 bullets for this Uzi I found. And you can either go, yeah, okay, sure, here. Or you can go, no, obviously not. I'm going to follow the rules. There are janitors that have to clean up the mess that you make when you do your clown foo. It's an entire world in and of itself every time a new lobby is created.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I haven't gotten into it is because it is effectively a text-based MMO.
Yes, it is. It's a text-based MMO. There's a lot of things to go on here. I'm hoping when Space Station 14 comes along, or is probably properly finished, that they'll include a proximity chat, because they can do that. And that way it can be a streamer bait game, but it's also a very difficult streamer bait game.
Yeah, I have no idea what either of you guys are talking about. I've never even heard of this game before, but I looked up Space Station 13. It looks neat. And on Steam, I saw Space Station 14, and you can apparently join the playtest for it.
Let me explain Space Station 13, 14 in the easiest, simple way. It's an entire atmospheric systems program where someone decided that they want to actually play it as a game. So the entire space station is running like an actual space station, where you have atmospherics, you have to do power generation, you have to do all this upkeep to actually maintain a space station. So it's literally maintaining a space station, but you have a bunch of idiots online who are maintaining said space station, so you can see what happens. And then sometimes someone will just hand the idiot online a gun in the space station to see what happens.
You can drug people in this game. There's a cafeteria area where you make food, and if you can get into the medicinal area, you can just take drugs. And if you know the names of the drugs that you want, you can just walk in and go, I'm supposed to be here. Take the food, drug the food, give the food in the cafeteria, and while everyone is in a drug-induced haze, which you actually have to play out, you can just do whatever you want around them.
I've once what did I do? I once kind of filled all the food at the cafeteria at one point with hyperweed, which makes your screen go rainbow, and also makes you move at Mach 7. And reverses your controls. So imagine moving with reverse controls, your screen rainbow, and then at Mach 7 speeds. Suffice to say, they nerfed the Omega Weed after that, and then I was blonked, which is pretty much getting pinged by an admin.
Jesus.
It's less a game and more a way of life, is what I'm going to describe it as.
It's a very funny social experiment that you put yourself into every single time you play the game.
Yes. All right.
I'm glad you guys are able to yap about that.
We're having too much fun. We gotta go back to the interview.
I was gonna say that.
So Lance, the ultimate test. How I need to know if we can vibe or not. Were you a part of any fandoms?
Oh no.
Are you a Tumblr child?
So, I'll be real. I never really got onto Tumblr that much.
No!
I did get into Homestuck because there was a girl I liked, and then I stayed in Homestuck for a while.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I think the biggest fandom I can associate myself with is probably Homestuck. I never got into Undertale because of Toby Fox. I was done with all his shenanigans. Never got into that anymore. I was super into Naruto when I was younger, but I mean who wasn't into Naruto when they were younger and is in this community and is a weeb of any sort? But yeah, Homestuck is probably my biggest thing.
This question exists solely so that I can find someone else who is on Tumblr. Someone who will answer the question of where they got their shoelaces from. That's fine. It's whatever.
You're so
Nope. Instead, you get a troll with candy corn horns and colored blood.
How far did you get into Homestuck?
Let's see. I think I finished it, but it's
Oh.
like all a haze. It's a haze.
Oh, yeah.
It's a haze I don't remember.
That's very fair. All right. What games / genres do you like to stream?
It seems that a lot of the games that I do stream are slower based RPGs, Pokemon-esque games. A lot of them are RPGs. I don't go shooters a lot. I wish I did, but then again, there's not much to say or do during a shooting game.
Fair. So you like the game to be something that you can bounce off of in order to make your content?
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
I seriously, almost all my games I stream are RPGs, not even action RPGs. Mostly Pokemon, turn-based, all that stuff. I recently started playing Fantasy Life, and that's a fun RPG, but it's not getting a lot of attention, so I might have to scrap that soon. I do love the game, though. I do wish I could play with more people.
Fair. You love RPGs. I'm a big fan of pet collector, monster collector things. I don't know if you can tell by the fact that I'm a slime, but
You do be a little slimy.
oh god, what's the game series called that got me into this? Dragon Quest Dark Prince? Dragon Quest, what is it called? It's the Dragon Quest games where you capture monsters to fight for you rather than just playing through Dragon Quest.
Dragon
That was
Quest
like-
Joker Dark King.
Yeah, that was like the first monster catcher game that really got me into it. I had played Pokemon before that point, but it was just kind of too easy and I couldn't mess with my monsters the way that I wanted to. And also,
You should play Shin Megami Tensei.
I'm trying. It's just the fact of like a lot of them are, they actually have working DRM, and the fact that they're kind of horny in ways that I don't enjoy that much.
It's better than Persona, at the very least.
Yeah. I'll give you a recommendation.
Mhm.
My favorite and least horny Shin Megami Tensei game is Strange Journey.
All right. Is it on computer or is it on a console?
Nintendo DS, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what happens every time.
He has to have it in 4K ultra widescreen.
That is not true.
You can play it on your phone.
Oh.
I won't get into specifics on how to do that, but if you own a copy of it, it's probably fine if you play it on your phone.
That's fair. All right, I'll look into it.
That's what it looks
I
like.
love pet collectors, and this looks awful, so I'll probably enjoy it.
You remember when you tried to play Digimon World again?
Which one? Digimon World Next Order? Or Digimon
Whatever.
World 1?
I think it was the Dawn and Dusk that we tried to play together.
I could not stand Dawn and Dusk.
Oh,
it
that
looks
game.
It looks like there was a remake of Strange Journey on the 3DS, so a little bit
Oh, there
better
is.
graphics.
It's Strange Journey Redux. That one has a little bit better graphics, little extra things. It's got DLC, which I actually hate.
I'll download it on my 3DS for you.
Fair,
Yeah,
fair.
grab Strange Journey Redux for him so we can play that.
Yeah.
Alright.
'Cause,
It's
you
good.
know, I modded my 3DS. It's surprisingly easy to do.
Mhm.
She legally owns every copy of all the games she has. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Alright. What games do you dislike? Outside of Legend of Zelda, of course, that's obvious. But like any other games you would dislike.
I don't hate Legend of Zelda. I just haven't been enamored with it like I used to be. The last Legend of Zelda game I enjoyed playing was the one where he was 2D and flat and went into the paper world and went out of the
Breath of the
flat
Wild.
paper world.
Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, Breath of the
Link
Wild.
Between Worlds.
The only good one.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And all the
Breath-
other
no.
ones are just kind
No,
of bad.
shut up about Breath of the Wild.
Excuse me. Shut up about Breath of the Wild. Majora's Mask was pretty good.
Let's
Ocarina of Time was a
go!
very good game, except the Water Temple. Like that, the Water Temple was pretty much the only thing that I hated on Ocarina of Time. Everything else is pretty fine.
What about
My vote is wrong sometimes. That's
shut
what
up.
happens.
What about Twilight Princess?
I never played that one actually.
It's so good.
It's
you have
bad.
to play
You
it.
should just
Shut
skip it.
up.
They have the Wind Waker on the GameCube one, so I might try that out sometime in the stream.
Oh, peak. Oh, you got the Switch too?
Yeah,
oh,
I do.
yeah, I saw you playing Mario Kart World with Sky.
Yeah.
Wind Waker is
let's
pretty
see.
good, but the Wii U remake is a lot better because it fixes the biggest issue of the sailing. So.
Yeah. Other than like that, I actually don't like CRPGs that much. they're too slow for me. I can't process all the information in CRPGs.
What is
CRPGs being like Baldur's Gates 1 through 3,
Oh.
Divinity Original Sin 2, those kind of games. I like them, but my patience and like brain doesn't allow me to play through and enjoy it because it just takes too long for anything to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very different problem with games like that. It's because my brain doesn't work properly. The second I find out, oh, all I have to do is level telekinesis and fill a crate to max weight and I can one-shot every enemy in the game. The second that I'm not doing that, I just feel like I'm hampering myself for no reason and then I just lose all interest in the game.
And just not cheese the game.
Exactly. That's a problem with me. If there's cheese that works and I'm not doing it, I feel like I'm wasting my time.
I'm kind of like that. If there is an exploit in the game and they're not fixing it and you can cheese the game and I can break it, I like to break it over my knees and have fun like that. If I have to like download hacks, that's not fun. Exploiting is fun, cheating is not.
Yeah. And then there's also the fact of in Divinity Original Sin 2. My two favorite things to play is number 1, Monster Collector, and number 2, Healer. So when I saw, oh, there's an entire class in Divinity Original Sin 2 that focuses on summoning a monster and empowering it, and then I find out, oh, this is purely meant to be like supporting a different build, so focusing entirely into it is really bad.
But you love the imp.
And it just
But
gets
mods
scaled.
exist. The mods exist.
Oh.
They actually, if you get the class mods, it like supercharges the enchant or summoner class, and it's actually really cool.
Yeah, and then there's also the fact that I think like you're hard capped to one quote unquote main pet. So if you spec into something else and get like the bone monstrosity or something, you can't summon it alongside your other summon monster. And it was like, oh, why?
He wants to have an army of minions to do his bidding.
Who doesn't?
That's why, yeah, no, that's fair. I got a mod to do that, so I played as a necromancer summoner at one point in there, and it was just like, oh, look at my army. Look at my army that I can heal with blood.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do, babe.
That's true. And also the gearing system in Divinity Original Sin just annoyed me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Eh.
It wasn't that great, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Alright, so you dislike everything in Legend of Zelda except Breath of the Wild, and you dislike CRPGs. You like shooters, it's just you don't like streaming them.
It's actually a very niche thing. So there, in my entire lifetime, there have only been like a handful of shooters that I actually enjoyed. That being Killzone, Warframe, Overwatch, and like Marvel Rivals.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I can like list all of them tells you how much I like shooters, which is not like a whole ton. The competitiveness is okay. It's just the gameplay that like thing.
Fair. I don't know how to say this other than I dropped out of basic training, and ever since then I couldn't play a shooter. I don't know how to say that without it sounding like I'm trauma dumping. But yeah, I completely fell out of love. Anna really wanted to play Warframe because we had just dropped out of MMOs and we were trying to find something that could stick with both of us. So I gave Warframe a try, and I basically played it solely as like, oh, I either played wizard frames or melee frames, and it worked for a while, but eventually I just started getting bored of the game.
It is just a loot simulator.
Yeah.
That's why farming is a tag on Warframe on Steam. It's always been there.
If I was able to think about it more casually and just kind of log in every day, do my like missions, and then move on, I think I'd be able to enjoy it more. But because I can't, I just kind of,
Oh no, that's not the kind of game Warframe is. It's the kind of game you play for like 3-4 months straight, uninstall, come back a year later.
Ooh, those games never work for me. She said just like Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, no, that's just kind of how it is. Because I am actually a Warframe founder. I'm part of the game since like it launched. They sent me a nice T-shirt that says founder on it. I've got the Excalibur Prime frame, so I've been there since day one. And that's kind of how it's evolved to be. Like before, Warframe was a lot slower. Now I can speed through missions in like seconds, whereas before it's like, oh, I gotta play it like a stealth game. Yeah.
Fair. I God, I think I started playing when Necros was just coming out, and Necros was like my favorite thing ever. And then you got the Death Cube with him if you bought him for platinum. So of course I had to steal my mom's credit card to do that.
Stealth missions are ass.
And then past that
They
point, I
are.
just kind of fell out of love with the game. And then I came back with Anna a while later.
I tried playing it a long time ago, and I made it through the tutorial, and then that was it. Why was my face weird?
Well, all right, we're like an hour into this interview. We're having too much fun here. We're talking too much. So we're gonna have to, keep doing that and fail to do our outro like always. What movies do you like? Like, what genres? And what are your favorite movies, of course?
That's hard. That's a hard one. I like comedies. I like action comedies. I like stupid things. Horror movies I actually do like as well, but I haven't had the time or willingness to watch a horror movie in a long time. I don't like romance rom-coms that much. They're kind of stupid. Like, what was it? 50 First Dates? It's a good movie. I did not enjoy it. I laughed at it. I just did not. It's not a movie I would ever watch again.
Is that the Adam Sandler one?
It's the Adam Sandler one where his girlfriend has amnesia and he lives in
Yeah.
Hawaii, and it's just like, oh, I'll just go on a date with this girl 50 times and then she'll never remember anything because every day her memory resets.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's hard to say what movie I really, really, really enjoyed. I think a movie that I can come back and watch, not every year, but once every other year, is John Carpenter's The Thing. I'll watch that movie. Anytime there's an excuse to watch that movie with other people, I love watching John Carpenter's The Thing.
Fair. What do you think of the sequel prequel?
Prequel, good. Sequel, not so good.
British.
What do you think of the Cornetto trilogy?
What's Cornetto? I haven't seen that yet.
It's the fan name for the three movies of Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and then End of the World.
Oh, I didn't know that there were
Okay,
three.
so I haven't seen End of the World, and I haven't seen all of Hot Fuzz. I've seen maybe 2/3 of Hot Fuzz. It was a great movie. I should really sit down and watch all of it. Shaun of the Dead, amazing movie. I loved it. End of the World, I haven't seen that yet. I don't even know anything about it.
That's the best way to watch it, to be honest with you.
I've only
that's
seen
good.
Shaun of the Dead.
If I had to rank them my enjoyment wise, it would definitely be Shaun of the Dead at first because I love the fantasy, Hot Fuzz number 2, and then End of the World at number 3. I think they're all great. It's just, as always, when you make a list, something has to be at the bottom.
Oh, I forgot. There's one more movie I'd totally watch anytime I get a chance to, or two, anyways. It's Shaolin Soccer and Kung Fu Hustle.
I don't think I've seen anything.
Oh man, okay, so Shaolin Soccer is the best Chinese comedic of all time, and he's a Shaolin monk, and they're all homeless because they don't know how to do shit in the real world, and he takes all of them into a soccer tournament, and they do crazy, fantastical Shaolin martial arts plus soccer to do things against a bunch of genetically enhanced superhumans. And it's just a crazy martial arts soccer match with dragons and flaming kicks and everything everywhere, and everyone's got a trope.
Get ready to kick some grass.
Sounds fun.
It's a really fun movie. Trust me, you should watch it. I think it might be free to watch on YouTube.
Oh.
Kung Fu Hustle, I think, might be free to watch on YouTube. One or the other. One of these movies is. Kung Fu Hustle is a hobo, again, our protagonist, homeless, doesn't have anything to do, has a fat brother who doesn't know what to do with his life either. They're both kind of useless. They try to join a Chinese mafia so that they can, get somewhere in life, but they end up causing a whole neighborhood to get ransacked and assaulted by these guys. Then Kung Fu Masters come out and stuff happens, and then lo and behold, it's Crouching Idiot, Hidden Badass. That's how most of these movies are. Crouching Idiot, Hidden Badass. And it's just funny to watch.
Are you a fan of Red and Blue, or did you hear that from somewhere else?
Red and Blue? Red versus Blue, or what?
Nope, something entirely different. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know then. I don't know.
Oh, are you talking about the stick figures series on YouTube?
No, that's Animation versus Creator. They're
I'm thinking not that.
Red and Blue, the people who like talk about mythology and stuff.
No.
Oh, yeah, I know them. I know them.
Yeah. Love me.
Yeah,
some,
it took me a second.
Love me some mythological analysis.
I'd love that too. I used to like be super hard into watching a lot of what is it called? I can't remember their channel name anymore. They just kind of fell out when they
Simply
but
something. Oh god, I just know them as Red and Blue.
Shoot, I can't remember. You'll have to get back to me on that some other time.
Fair.
Simple and clean.
Is the way they're making me feel tonight. All right. And now it's time to begin the wind down. We're all ready for this. We're so good at outros. What times do you stream?
So usually I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, sometimes Tuesdays. Because of how I work, I can't stream on the days that I work until like after 10 or 11 EST. Mondays and Wednesdays I try to stream at 6, but sometimes it doesn't happen until like 10 or 11 EST. Very rarely will you ever catch me doing like a morning stream. I had to like wake up extra early to do this, and I'm so tired, and I've got a lot of things to do after this as well.
And where can people find you?
They can find me at my channel. I think it's at SuccuLance. Hold on, I don't use the at that much.
Write that down.
Let's see. It is
At SuccuLance.
https://www.youtube.com/@SuccuLance. It is in the description of this video.
And are you on anything other than YouTube?
You know, I tried to stream on I can't even say it, Twitch, but I just no, I'm too lazy. Just YouTube. I'll be in Discord. I have a Discord.
Oh, what's the Discord? Drop the link.
Drop the link.
Is it on your YouTube channel?
It's in all of my YouTube videos.
Oh,
if it's not on my YouTube channel, it's in all of them.
Then I guess they'll just have to watch your videos.
Actually, it's in my YouTube channel as well. Here, I'll drop the link.
Drop the link.
There we go.
Drop the link.
Perfect. If you guys want to join the SuccuLance Discord, it is right there in chat.
If you want to have a fun time and watch good content, go there, I guess, or whatever. All right.
Support your favorite plant.
All right. That's all the questions on my list. Was there any questions that you wanted to ask us?
Why?
Why?
You know, that's such a good question, actually.
I will say the whole interview thing was Creature's idea. He just one day said, hey, why don't we interview people?
I said eventually we're gonna have people clamoring tooth and claw in order to get in this interview room. I said that. And look at where we are now. Top of the world, baby.
Top of the world.
We're getting only the best, the quality streamers in here. And it's working.
We got the fabled SuccuLance. We've peaked.
The one and only green cactus guy, because how often do you see a creature VTuber?
A
Not
creature
often.
feature.
A
Featuring
creature
the creature.
Yeah, creature the feature. Like, how often do you see something that's not, oh, I am a sexy John, sexy man, hot VTuber male boyfriend experience, or teehee, I have large chest fat packs. Teehee.
That is what I was trying to avoid with my model. I don't want it to just be, oh hey, look at the sex appeal of this character. I want people to watch me for me, because they enjoy my content.
You know what the best part about this is?
What's that?
I don't wear any clothes.
No, the pot is closed. The pot counts.
The pot counts.
It's more of a chair.
The chair counts.
The chair
It covers something.
It doesn't. It's just roots in there. Like, my vines are seeping out. I could just crawl out of here any day I want and start slithering around.
All right. Well, it's time to start saying bye-bye to the YouTube viewers.
Oh no.
All right.
Alright, it's been fun. Thank you for joining us, SuccuLance.
Thank you for having me.
And next time we need to find you, we'll go to your YouTube, your at SuccuLance. We'll go to your Twitter. You said you had one or no?
Yeah, it's at Succulent Lance.
At SuccuLance, and then do you have a Blue Sky?
I do have a Blue Sky. I don't remember what it is though.
And I'm
Fair.
sure it's SuccuLance or Succulent Lance on Blue Sky as well. All right, we'll go there instead of the bottom of the endless staircase or at Five Nights at Freddy's. All right, and
Freddy's.
bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you in episode 21. Goodbye.